6 feet. Yeah, just started this video early. I wanted to get you riding on it. You might have to cut it up, but
there's 10 feet right here. 10 feet.
power company came through, knocked down a few trees for us. So sometimes it's a little nice to get there before anyone else might, grabbing firewood or what have you. But it's bordering between the two properties. Already fell, so seemed ripe for the picking. Fairly simple. Got the tractor nosed in, grapple on the front. You can see our little line of sawdust getting pulled out. Out the way. Easy enough, big old maple, no cracked asphalt. Easy day. Now we got Dustin bucketing up a little smaller, so it fits right on the mill. And upon a little further inspection, I think we're dealing with a little red oak actually. It was all kind of mucked up, had some vines growing on it. When it's already fell like that, sometimes it's a little hard to read the bark, but that porous edge there, that's hard to mistake. I think we're looking at an oak, and I'm pretty sure on that lower end cut there, it's got a great red hue to it, so we're gonna get it on the mill, and I think we just peel it open and see what we're looking at. We got it grappled up. Dustin already almost dropped it on himself riding it. Pause. Alright, now the idea is going to be get our stops up, drop the nose in. When we drop that nose in, it should rest against that and twist the whole log on where we want it to be. That's the plan. Let's see how that works out for us.
So which side's the high side of the log? Probably the what's on the bottom.
I think what you're looking at now, I think it's pretty well set.
Pretty well set, so we just gotta scooch over.
I see a flat edge here, so it's like difficult from my end. But is your phone recording too?
Yeah.
Cool. So I can kind of set this down in between. And,
yeah, you could take like this. This is really. Throw that over your edge. Throw the log clamp on your edge. You know what I mean? Yep. Doesn't even have to be super tight yet, just as long as it's up. So I can do that.
Perfect though. Camera's footage, but
The plan with this
that
is we're gonna square off 3 sides and then have a nice live edge side, and we'll probably do 1.5 inch slabs with it. And this is a red oak. It's gonna be very slow to mill.
you can see it definitely on this end. The grain pops a lot more, has a lot more color, which initially we're looking at this. Hence why we may have thought it was a maple before we even got looking at that wood. But cut it down to 2 lengths. Got the one loaded up there that we're gonna do the live edge on, square off. the other 3 sides, but this bad boy, shorter. I think we'll just end up slabbing it out. Yeah, I was gonna say, now good practice would always be at least cleaning off some of that dust and anything that's gonna damage your blade, honestly. Granted, we're pretty, you know, beginner, and you learn stuff along the way. Already probably gone through 1 or 2 blades, just as the learning curve goes. But this will at least protect a little bit, give it a little extra longevity there. Get all some imperfections. The land we pull this from used to be farming land, so a lot of times you really just gotta keep your eye out for old barbed wire and even fence posts that get grown in, bullets, what have you. Old nails if they were putting up signage, but this log looks good. It was right by the road. That road's been there forever, so you should not have much of an issue. Let's get this mill going and peel it open, see what we're looking at.
It might just be in the next board that we do. But we are going to flip it on this next one and come back to this in a little bit.
Yeah, it's important to kind of check these out when you see it. Imperfections can sometimes be desired in hardwoods, but you want to make sure you're not looking at any orange coloring. There's no metal that's been shoved down in there. Even times you can find rot stuck in trees that got thrown in there, hammered in there, stuck in the bark as it grew. You never know what you're going to run into, and some people got some crazy stories on bullets and nails, and you know, so it's always good to just keep an eye out for it. But finding little imperfections like that is not a bad thing. Sometimes it can really add to the life of a piece of wood.
It's like you see all these little
It's like Christmas.
pieces. That's how we know it's an oak. These little, like those little pieces right there. They're everywhere. That's
Everywhere.
a defining tell of an
And
oak.
I believe, I could be wrong, I probably got to brush up on it. I believe that's like a, they call it Sutton rays, maybe tangential rays. It's tangential to your radial grain, and it's, I believe we're looking at the pores. Oak's very porous, so when you cut pores, you got these little semicircles left behind, and you're looking at it from the top down, from the side view, the profile of it, and that's why you get these little lines. And I believe it's all pores that got left behind.
Okay, which
That is
end?
Christmas. That
This,
is beautiful.
this is the end that we want to keep the live edge on, in my opinion.
Right.
So we'll flip this end up and square this
Yeah.
up.
So we had already performed a flip. We know that our base of this mill is going to be square, and that's how we can start squaring off the rest of it. So we've got two sides square, and we're going to have to flip this against our stops, and that's what's going to give us our 3 square ends and 1 live edge, which we're going to keep this. It's just a little knot, but it's pretty. Some people might find that desirable.
I'm just going to flip it going this way because of the log.
Yeah. He's just going to bring it all the way around to keep this.
Pull it back.
Now we can utilize our log stops, square up on this edge. Use our little edge side of this, grab right onto there. Maybe, sometimes it's not the best when you keep a live edge, but we can also always bring it right up and on.
Clear up that black box.
Get a little bit better bite.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
So we know, square it up. That is gorgeous.
May have cut this one a little deeper.
That's
We're going
a
to do
big-
1.5 inch slab with this. That's the plan anyway, with 1 live edge.
beautiful piece of lumber.
Boys love playing with wood,
I saw a post
especially morning wood.
a guy sold like 2 6x6, I think in total 4 6x6 beams for like $500. Like, how much do you think that this?
I know a guy that deals wood, that does woodworking. I can give him a yell. Hey,
I do woodworking too.
Hey, look.
I took that off. I know it's off.
Okay. All right.
Because I had to raise the bed up a little bit to get it level at one point.
Thought you've been playing with your wood till you got your nut off.
I didn't want to go on that edge with this, but oh well. Watch your hand on your
Yeah.
leg.
Alright, 3 squared sides. Few flips, live edge out. That'll be pretty.
Now,
Already
what
is
we can
pretty.
do now that we have a square side here is these do a much better job than these. So these you can get all the way out of the way. And then
And it's a few more points of contact as well.
now sometimes you can flip it around. Actually, that might be a better choice for us. So how we can continue to go lower is have this side out, live edge that way.
So then we can
used these. You know what I mean?
I like it.
So let's get those rocks off. Flip it again.
Yeah, when you're flipping it, I always kind of want these up. Just gives you a little more leverage to push against, and you're not toppling it off the edge. That one might be coming. Wunderbar. Alright. There we go. Same idea. It's gonna have a good grip on that. But like he said, allows us to utilize the little step on these. And that gives for a bit of a better.
Just remember, you're on the soft bark side here. This is where the bark is. This is soft.
Yeah.
Well, it's soft. Well, that's not too bad.
No, you're good, right, Tanner?
Yeah.
Pretty tight?
Yeah, that should be good. It's not digging in there too much either.
Firing it up.
We've got a red oak down here. Probably going to continue down this line, kind of getting them stickered up. And the idea is just to promote as much airflow and kind of keep it to a minimal space, right? You could really space them out, get them dry, but this is pretty optimal and pretty common practice to get little sticks in here, stick them up, create some airflow. Obviously, at some point, we're gonna have to upgrade this system, and that tarp's not necessarily cutting it, but we do got the green shed. And yes, obviously it's not green, but made all out of green wood, so it kind of acts as like, yeah, a cool little experiment, right? We'll watch as it dries, settles, creaks, cracks, see if it lasts the winter, but can also make for a nice little storage area. Doing some of this stuff, and maybe eventually we'll run some shelves and get a fan in here, dehumidifier, a little heat. See if it lasts the winter, but it could also be a nice little storage spot while we try and situate how we might want to do a kiln. As for now, we're gonna have to cut up some more sticks. All right, we'll just take some scrap, cut it all up, just create some gappage there. We can get that loaded up and stickered up.